There is no race on this earth, to me, in my opinion, that has been taught the survival skills that Black people have been taught, because we went from being property, being captured, chained, beat, property, fighting for our rights along the way. So whatever we desired or wanted, we always had to fight for it. Rob, steal, kill, whatever. We had to fight for it. So that trickles down into our hood mentality. But like I said earlier, it's pros and cons to growing up in the hood, or having parents that grew up in the hood, because they teach us a lot of valuable lessons, but some of them should not be carried out well into our 30s and 40s. Like, at some point, we got to kill the noise, and we got to figure out, how do we go from survival mode to, okay, now I got to break this cycle, because I'm no longer in survival mode, because survival mode burns bridges, okay, that you potentially need. And I'm just being honest. Like, everybody always talking about they don't need nobody, this, and that. Yes, the fuck you do. Yes, you do. You need people to go on about your life, to figure out how you're going to get to the next step in your life. Like, we need people. And it is a valuable skill to learn how to survive, because we all need that, right? But it's not okay to keep this in a box mentality. Like, I'm not understanding how are we not out of that? How are we not moving forward? Like, this hood mentality is a motherfucker. Hood mentality get you killed. It get your kids killed. It get your daughters raped. It get your sons raped. It get your kids molested. Like, the hood mentality bring on so much pain and so much sorrow and misery. How do we live in that? I don't understand. Y'all help me understand. Like, y'all, I don't know. We have been called culture. I mean, we have been taught cultural division and privilege. That is true. That is very true. Sorry, Eileen. I don't understand how, as a culture, we're not trying to do better. We are a little bit. I have to give credit where credit is due. And Miga, I have to say that I have to say you were taught to um develop beyond your environment. And that is always a great thing. I was taught to survive. Like, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That eventually becomes a personal issue. Yes, because at a certain age, it becomes your responsibility to unlearn the things that no longer apply to your life or lifestyle. That is so true. That is so true. I feel like, even if you don't have the tools, if you weren't taught the tools, whatever, it don't matter. It is then now your responsibility as a grown ass person to figure out how to break the cycles that you were taught. So at some point in time in your life, you will walk up and not walk, but wake up, excuse me, and say, like, okay, this don't feel right no more. I don't think this is right. A light bulb goes off somewhere at some point in time in your life. And even if you don't have the tools, you should figure out how to get the tools, or at least start somewhere. If you don't know, figure it out. Start somewhere to where you can say, okay, I want to move forward. I want to do different things. I want to do this. I want to do that. How do I do it? Get around people who know how to break the cycle. Hey, friend, I want to go to counseling. Hey, friend, have you ever did such and such? Can you show me how to do that? Or can you at least give me like a link or two to figure it out so I can read up on it or something? Learn how to break the cycle. One person at a time. Is we are too old for the blame game. Let me tell you something. Everybody got issues with their parents, okay? But at some point in time, you have to sit down with yourself and say, you know what? I need to figure this out for me. Especially if you got kids, because you don't want to pass off your hood mentality and your fucked up ways to your children because you're fucking up their psyche. And that's just the God's honest truth. You're fucking up their psyche, and it is not okay. And that is one thing I did not want to do to my son. You know, my family always make fun of me because they be like, "Oh, you the white girl of the family," quote unquote. And I'm not talking down on white people. I'm just saying like how I parent my child. So I parent my child to have an open relationship with me, but at the same time, I'm not his friend. I'm his parent. Okay, so have an open relationship with my child, meaning I need you to come to me and talk to me about anything and everything. And even if you don't want to, our hard conversations should not stop our communication. Period. So, hey, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. So our hard conversations should not stop our communication. And we are not taught that in the hood. Like we're taught, hey, you know what? Oh well, it happened to you. Keep it moving. No, 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 no. Hell no. Now we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk about this shit right now. Cause it's gonna stay on my chest and it's gonna be harbored into resentment, hatefulness, bitterness. You're gonna pass that on to your kids. Who the hell wanna do that? Why would you want to fuck up your kid's psyche? I'm not understanding it. So you want your kid's psyche fucked up like yours? That makes no sense. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. Thank you for tuning in on either platform. It doesn't matter, long as you on here. So I feel like, okay, let me read this comment. There is so much focus on the negative and not enough on the positive, and that makes us seem stagnant. Correct. Like we don't have enough people saying like praising the dads that are single. You know what I'm saying? That are raising their kids, or the moms that work 12, 13, 14 hours. I work like that because I want to. Um, and my son has always understood, but he doesn't have any siblings, so he be feeling like he's lonely. And he comes and he talks to me about things like that. And that's okay. And I really do value his opinion on how I am being as a mother because that is my child. And if he feel like I'm doing something that bothers him, I'm not going to do it no more. Cause I don't want him to grow up and be like, oh, my mama was like this. That fucks up a kid's psyche. I don't want to do that. We didn't have a choice. We didn't have a voice. But in my household, my son has a choice and he has a voice to a certain degree now. Okay, because I'm still black. Okay. And I wish he would get disrespectful because I'm going to slide his ass. And I don't care. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to. I, child abuse, whatever. He not gonna